Welcome in, everyone. I'm Kathy Mock, Board of Education member, and we are so very excited to be presenting a very special video series to recognize the accomplishments of our amazing Falcon alumni. We will be doing these presentations periodically, and this is our premiere presentation, and we are so very happy to welcome Dr. Anthony Berdis.
Hi, how are you?
Great, so happy to have you here. So, Dr. Berdis, what year did you graduate from Austintown Fitch?
I graduated in 2006.
Okay. And could you tell us if there were any extra activities that you participated in while you were at Fitch?
Yeah, I was a member of National Honor Society, played basketball for all 4 years, and I played baseball for 2 years. But I was involved in RDE, I was involved in I think Spanish club for a year. And I mean, there were some other things that were maybe less of a part, maybe more so when I was younger, but those were the main activities, especially that I was involved with all the way through.
So a lot of diverse activities,
sports
and academic driven too, which
Sure.
I think that's great.
Sure.
So I'd like to ask this too, was there a person or an event in Austintown schools that impacted your career path?
Yeah, actually not even until my senior year. I had Mr. Reardon, who I think is retired for a few years now. I had him for calculus my senior year. And he was awesome. Just the level of preparedness that I think he brought in every day kind of rubbed off on us. And it was very clear from the beginning, of that class what he expected of us, and that there was a pretty high level of preparedness on our end that we had to meet in order to match what he brought. And I think his goal and his mission for us was always that it would pay off if you did. And he was absolutely right. My classmates and myself all had pretty good success through his class, and I think a lot of those lessons paid off and rubbed off going forward.
Okay, I would agree. So when I introduced you, tossed it to you, I said, Dr. Anthony Berdis.
Sure.
So I think you need to tell the folks at home who are
Sure.
going to be watching this. So what is your specialty? What kind of doctor are you?
Sure. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I specialize in sports medicine. So after my 5 years of residency, I did a year of fellowship down in Cincinnati, actually, where I worked with the Cincinnati Reds, took care of Moeller High School, which is a really big high school where sports are pretty important to them down there. And then once I finished up that year, came back to the area, and I'm now with Youngstown Orthopedics. And actually, for about 2 years now, I've served as the team physician for Austintown Schools. So that's really, it's something I take a lot of pride in, that I really enjoy. It's a chance for me to give back to, obviously, the community where I grew up, where I went to school, and where I live now. So I really enjoy that part of, bringing that into what I do every day.
I think that's great, and we
Sure.
appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So very much. So we know that you are a doctor and you have a really hectic schedule. So what do you like to do for fun when you're not working? Do you have any extra hobby?
I try to golf.
Enjoy?
I enjoy it a lot. I'm trying to get better. It's something that you need time, I think, to be good at it, or unless you just have natural ability, which unfortunately I don't. And I don't have exactly a lot of free time to, maybe be as good as I want to be. But it's a lifelong game. I think that, it depends who you talk to. They'll tell you it's a lifelong struggle, but I enjoy it. I try and play whenever I can.
That's great. Tell us about your family.
Yeah, so I married, my wife's name is Katie. We met in college at YSU. She's from Girard, graduated a year behind me, so in 2007. We've been married now for going on 7 years, and we have a son, Mason, who's 4 years old. And we're actually expecting another boy due here a couple months. Should be by the end of April, early May. So that keeps me pretty busy as well.
Right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And tell us about your mom and your dad, too.
Yeah, so my parents, like I said, I grew up in Austintown. My dad actually coached at Youngstown Cheney, which was a little interesting for most of my, education and upbringing. But, he's been out of football now for a while. But they still live the same house that I grew up in, which is actually nice because, as I said, we live in Austintown as well, and we don't live far from them. So having a young family and having them involved. My wife's parents as well don't live far, so it's good. It makes the family part of it really
Comes
easy.
in handy with that babysitting, right?
It does, which is always nice.
All right, so if you had any advice to give anyone, what might it be, especially to our Austintown residents? And there's probably going to be even some students who might be tuning into this
Sure.
too? What might you tell them?
I would tell them just to, no matter what you do, just work hard. No matter if it's something for fun, if it's something school related, as long as you give 100% effort in everything that you do and you're honest with yourself, there's plenty of things that I look back on that maybe, I wasn't as successful as I wanted to be. And obviously there were some things that, fell my way too. But no matter what I did, I tried to always give 100%. And for me, that makes the successes and the failures kind of be able to, you can accept them in the same way, knowing that, you put your head on the pillow at night and know, hey, as long as I did the best I could, like I said, that makes win or lose it easier to handle. So that would be my best advice, is just to work as hard as you can in everything that you do. And as long as you do that, I don't think you can go wrong.
I agree. Well, I just want to tell you thank you so very much for giving of your time. I know
Sure.
that you have a lot on your plate, and I want to just give you best wishes and continued success in your long career that's going to be going on
Sure.
into the future. I'm most positive. And I just want to also say to our viewers, we hope that you will continue to tune in and watch our presentations that will be spotlighting our Falcon media folks here, especially the Alumni Spotlight. So again, this is Kathy Mock, Board of Education member, wishing you all the best.